I got 2 iron rods in my back. Dr. Michael Reed did my surgery. And I'm just wondering, is I'm available for Social Security? I cannot stand that long. I'm having very bad pain.
Yeah. So Edward brings up a point. He's had very significant surgery. He's got 2 rods in his back, and it sounds like that, you know, and I'm kind of jumping in. Repeat that back.
He was on disability.
Right. All right, so if he starts working again, so I don't know if the viewers heard that, so let me repeat it. Apparently Edward had been on SSI. We haven't defined SSI yet, but does he have the ability, if he's unable to work, or if he works a little bit, how much work can he do?
Well, he can work and make up to the $1,260.
Okay.
So meaning $1,200 a month, he's not working too much. So he can do that to supplement his income.
Okay.
They are going to look at if he's making more. They have a work program that you can work up to 6 months and not be penalized.
Okay.
Because some people can go back to work. They're going to really make a good effort at it. They really want to go. They can work for 3 months. They can't work anymore. They're not going to be penalized.
All right, I got you. So somebody, you know, like Edward, he's had his surgery. He wants to give it the good old college try, so to speak, get back in there.
My hat's off to that.
And apparently the government's not going to penalize Edward for trying it for 6 months.
Right.
And so if he tries it for up to 6 months and then he finds out, and the doctor agrees with him that, hey, this isn't good for Edward in his life,
and
then
if he can't do it anymore.
then he can't do it anymore.
Sounds like he had a failed back surgery, which is really, really tragic.
That occurs, you know, a lot of times. I mean, back pain's the #1 disabilitating factor across the United States. I mean, it's the numbers in the millions are staggering.
Yeah, well, the back is central to us physically.
Right, it's our core physically, and if you're standing or you're bending or you're stooping, your back's super important to you.
And it's going to depend later with people of what their past work experience is.
Okay.
Because they might have had a sedentary job. And
so it makes a difference if Edward is a computer operator, and Edward, we're just going to keep using your name as we're going to make everything up, versus Edward being a welder.
Right.
You know, so if Edward's, you know, working behind a desk at the, let's say, you know, WMBB here, and he's working as a production assistant, and he's not hauling these cameras around, but he's, you know, doing things in the control room.
Production assistant's going to be a light job.
Okay.
Okay. And they categorize the jobs by the exertion level and posterior limitations, like how long you can sit or stand or whatever. And there's sedentary jobs, and that's a person who doesn't lift more than 10 pounds occasionally, and occasionally is 1% to 1/3 of the 8-hour day. It doesn't lift more than 10 pounds, and frequently between 1/3 and 2/3 he moves a file. And he can sit down for up to 6 hours a day. That's a sedentary job, and if you're under 50 and you can do a sedentary job, you're going to be, by definition, by the medical vocational guidelines, not disabled.
Got you.
Okay.
Things change when you turn 50.
Okay.
Because the Social Security Administration, in their great wisdom, has decided that people over 50 can no longer learn how to do a sedentary job. So if you've never had a sedentary job, or you have no transferable skills to a sedentary job, and you can do light work, which means that you can pick up 20 pounds occasionally and 10 pounds frequently, and the 10-pound frequently is going to be a limiting factor for a lot of people who with back problems, because that's 1/3 to the 2/3 of the day, moving 10 pounds around, you know, it's tiresome.
Yeah.
That's a gallon of milk.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, gallon milk,
gallon.
or 8.5 pounds.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's doing that. If you are unable to do sedentary work, I mean light work, that's going to change at 50 to 55. At 55, if all you can do is light work, then you're going to be disabled.
Okay.